Time to get flashy with the FlashQ from LightPix Labs. Now the FlashQ comes in this little cardboard box, which I actually quite like, even though it's just a cardboard box. I think it's nicely done. You have the instruction manual, which of course you're going to need. Then you have this little pouch by here, which you can keep the thing in and protect it, this velvety pouch. But it also has this little trigger. See? Now this trigger sits on your camera's hot shoe, and it attaches to the flash unit like so. Now look, there's a little button by here, and if you just press it, you have that going on. So basically, you press the button, and then you can just click it in, and it's attached. Simple, look. Nice and tight. Now the good thing is with the trigger, you can actually, it has buttons on here so that you can actually also control the power output of the flash when it's on the other side of the room or what have you, so you can control it from your camera. Now let me turn this little thing on. On the back here, you have the system of switches and lights and what have you. It has no digital display, so everything's basically telling you all the information you need here by this rundown of different power output settings and things. So I'll just whack it down, and then look, ooh, funky disco lights. It doesn't do high-speed sync, and it doesn't do TTL control. It is a fairly basic flash unit really, but it is still a handy device to have for the occasions that you may need it. And as to how this thing is powered, it just takes 2 AA batteries that you pop there in the side, so that's quite handy. To control the power output of the speed light, you have here like the measurements on the back, so it goes from 1/64th power all the way to 1:1, and the way you adjust it is by pressing these buttons by here, so you can see that just by clicking on them, they adjust the power output. Now considering this is running off just 2 AA batteries, now of course you can use different variable kind of powerful batteries and things, the power on this little flash unit is actually pretty amazing. Now a couple of cool things about this flash is that it has a tiltable head. You can see here it tilts upwards so you can bounce the light off the ceiling, and it's also, you know, it's lockable in different positions and things, so that's a cool thing. And then it also has a video light here. Now this is actually quite a handy little thing to have, this video light, if you're doing videos obviously. You can also use it as a modeling light and things, and the best thing is that you can actually adjust the power output. So it goes like this. What else is in the box? Well, there's these, which I think are quite cute actually, little coloured gels in this little pouch, this little holder, which means you can try some coloured gel photography, which is actually pretty cool. Now 95% of the photography that I do is speedlight photography, and the type of flash guns that I use are like this size, or I have bigger units like this one by here. You can see the size difference between these two, it's quite big. But then the FlashQ, look at it, tiny. So that's a good thing, isn't it? Because that means this thing isn't going to take up much size or weight in your camera bag. It'll fit straight into your pocket, and you know, it's a handy thing to take when you're out and about. It also has a handy tripod mount. You kind of need that, don't you? Now another thing I like about this is that if you take the trigger off, you can actually stand this thing up on its own, you see, like so. A lot of other speed lights and flash guns won't do that, and they'll just fall over. So if you want to do some off-camera flash photography, then you can do that, place it on the other side of the room, and it'll just be happily standing on its own. So now I'm going to do a couple of test shots. This is my Sony A77. Now I've got the Sony adapter little thing by here. This is not provided by FlashQ, it's because the Sony models don't have your standard hot shoe, so don't worry about that. Basically, I'm going to take a couple of pictures of my kitchen because I don't have anybody to actually use as a model on this one and things. But I'll just show you the different kind of lighting settings and outputs that you'll get as a result of using this thing. Now these photos are taken from about 7 meters from the end of the room. The first shot is at 1/64th power. Second is at 1/8th power. And this one is at full power, 1:1. As you can see, it's very bright. This shot is with a flash pointing upwards, and it's back to 1/64th power. Again, the flash is pointing upwards and it's 1/8. and this one with the flash pointed up at full power. So as you can see, it has quite a bit of kick for such a small unit. So what I'll do now is I'll give you a list of what I think are pros and cons for this particular unit, so you may want to pause the video. Now, another thing that LightPix Labs does, one of their other items, is actually just a trigger system. So you may not want the actual flash head and things, but you might want some trigger system for your existing flash guns and speedlights. So here we are. We have the actual little triggers right here. Sorry, I'm making a bit of a mess. It has a sync cable as well. There are different kinds of sync cables available on their website that will match your speedlight, so make sure you check that out. Then basically here you have your trigger, and then you have your receiver, which you will then just pop onto your speedlight. And you press these buttons by here, wait for the lights to flash up, and they will talk to each other, and within a couple of seconds they'll basically communicate and you're ready to go. Again, I'll leave a little list for what I think are the pros and cons for this little flash system now. So there we go, that's my little review of the FlashQ system. I think it's something that could be quite handy really. It's a good little flash really for what it is and things. So if you don't want to carry around a bigger or heavier flash unit and things, then this thing could be just the product that you need. So yeah, I'll leave all the information as to where you can get this thing in the comment box and things. So yeah, go check it out. And if you like this video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Happy days.